Hi guys, welcome back to another video. On this week's video, we are doing a what's for dinner. The first meal of the week was a Mississippi pot roast, kind of. I did happen to use jalapeno peppers instead of the pepperoncini peppers that Mississippi pot roast calls for, just because that's what we had on hand. Just a little bit of butter with ranch seasoning in the au jus packet. I did cook it on manual pressure for 75 minutes and did go ahead and let it naturally pressure release once it finished. And here's what it looks like when it's finished. It was super tender. I did go ahead and shred it with my forks, and I cooked some mashed potatoes, and we had this pot roast served over homemade mashed potatoes, and it was super delicious. The next night we just had grilled chicken salads. The power was actually out, so I did go ahead and marinate some chicken in some Italian dressing, and I cooked them on the flat top Blackstone grill that I got my husband for Father's Day. I just cooked the chicken until it was finished, put it over a bed of spring mixed lettuce, tomatoes, there might be some cucumbers in there, blue cheese crumbles, and some candied pecans. Next, I made French onion chicken, which was super delicious. I took 2 Vidalia onions and thinly sliced them, put them in a saute pan with a little bit of salt and pepper and a pat of butter, and I'm just going to slowly cook those until they become very translucent and sweet. And then we're also going to have mashed potatoes again, and I did also cook some grilled chicken. For the chicken, I just did marinate it in some balsamic dressing. I placed it on a foil lined baking sheet, popped that in the oven for about 20 minutes on 350 degrees until it was cooked all the way through. I'm continuing to cook the onions slow and slow. I did add a little bit of water and a little bit of beef bouillon to the onions to give them a little bit of flavor. When the chicken comes out of the oven, I put the onions on top, a slice of provolone cheese, and serve it with mashed potatoes. For this last meal, we had steak tacos. I took the skirt steak, I put it in a bowl, I did add a little bit of olive oil, and we have a carne asada steak seasoning that I tossed on top to marinate them with. I did try to use my fork, but it was just easier to use my hands, so I did go ahead and do that. And then I did marinate these for about an hour before we cook them. While the steak was marinating, I did go ahead and cut up some lettuce and tomatoes, and we did pull out some spring mix. I did also let the meat come closer to room temperature before we put it on the grill. We did slice up a few onions, and we had some leftover marinated chicken that we needed to cook, so we did add that as well. My husband went ahead and cooked this for me on the Blackstone. Everything cooked super fast on there, so this meal really came together very quickly, maybe 5 or 6 minutes for the meat. And then I did go ahead and put the corn tortillas on top just to give them a little crunch. And then we served it with a little bit of cheese and sour cream, salsa, kind of just buffet style here at the table. And it was also super delicious. I hope that you guys give these a try. Please let me know if you have tried any and what your favorites were. Feel free to subscribe, and thank you so much.